Hello my friends, today I'm gonna show you how you can use point systems. What will happen is when somebody buys a product, you give them for example 100 points, and when they are buying another product, then they get another 100 points, and once they have for example 500 points, then you send them a coupon code for the next product. And you can also use of course the random generator for the coupons, but that is in another tutorial. That's not what this tutorial is about. It's about the amount of points that they get to avoid their give them a reward for what they are doing. So it can also be in a subscription. When somebody subscribes on your website, then you can give them points, 100 points, 200 points, is all up to you. And when they post something, they get another 100 points. And when they have posted 3 times, then they will be sent a coupon code, something like that. You can use your imagination. It's all about the points that they get when they are doing a particular action. Now let me just show you how it works. Maybe it's better than to explain it in words. So as you can see here, there is one administrator, and we are scrolling down to see the metadata from the, and of course the administrator has no points. So this is the user credits are none, but we are going to make another subscriber. And first let me go to the email box, and you can see that there is no email with the text, the heading you have won, but later on you're going to see that. So we are going to make another subscriber on this website. So we're going to edit another subscriber. So let's go to all users and add new. So add a new one, and we're going to make a subscriber. And we're going to use this particular email address, and the password is YouTube, something like that. I'm going to delete it after this tutorial anyway. So then we're going to add this new user, the test user, and then when we are going to see the points, then you can see that he has 100 points. So this the first thing. There's only about when they when there is a new subscriber, they get automatically 100 points. You always want to start with points. If they get no points at all, then they're not so interested as usual. So we are going to log in. And then it's the passwords. Remember me. Okay, sorry. So this is the 100 points that they had gathered, and this is a form. I'm going to show you later on how this works. It's with Fluent forms. So when they submit this form another time, so it also can be a post or a podcast from your web store when they buy something. So it doesn't matter, but in this case I made it simple. So I've made a form with the points. So they get 100 points, and there is no email email sent to them. As you can see, there is no email sent. And when they submit the form and you refresh the page, then they get 200 points. You see there are 200 points. And when you submit it once again, they get 300 points. So you get the picture, we refresh the page, and you see here that it is 300 points, as you can see here, and there must be an email, send it out. Let's see if it works, and as you can see here, this is the email and you won. So you can embed the coupon code, and of course you can also use the metadata from the user, so the name, their well, all the details. We're not gonna dig it out now in this tutorial, but you get the picture. So it's quite simple actually. This of course with Uncanny Automator, and if you go into all the recipes, then you see here that we have the first recipe. That's what when somebody subscribes, then the action will be, so it must be a logged in user, and otherwise you have to make a new subscriber. When you have for example a front end submission, then make automatically the new subscriber. We're not going to dig it out in this tutorial of course, but it must be or a logged in person or someone who subscribes with embedding a form or something like that of a post. And what will happen then is there is a user created. So when the user is created, then they will set an metadata, and the metadata is user credits and the value is 100, but you can make it as whatever you want. Now the important part is user underscore, so you can change that. That is what will be stored in the database, and this is an this is an existing meta key, and the credits you can name it whatever you want, but you have to keep in mind that you have to remember or copy and store it somewhere on your computer, because you're going to use it. You have to use it later on. So the user underscore is required, and the last parts you can choose whatever you want to choose. So this is one trigger, and so it's super simple. Let's just add a new action so we can see how this is made up. So we are going to adding this. It must be a logged in user, conform, and then you go to the Wordpress, and a user is created, and then you had to add an action, and the action is also a WordPress action. So and then you scroll down until you see the metadata for the user. Set user meta, and when you have set the user meta, then you can use user underscore, in this case credits, and then you give them points. So this is how you can do it, and then you have to save the whole thing, and you have to toggle on that it's live. Now we're not going to do this because of course I already did it. So this is when somebody logs in, and then you have the other trigger, that is when somebody sends the form or submits the form, then they get another 100 credits. So when you see what is happening here is a user submits from the Fluent form. So this is the name of the form, blank form number 4. That is the form that I've made with Fluent CRM, and the number of times that they've submitted the form is 1 time. So every time when they submit the form, then they get the usual 100 points. But you can also do it with every 2 times or 3 times. So when you submit it 3 times, then you get the points. And you can also do it with WooCommerce. So when you purchase 3 times a product, then you get the points. but in this case it's immediately when they submit the form. And then the metadata is user meta, once again, user credits, and then calculation, user meta credits, and then hundreds. So how does it work? We're going to duplicate this form as well. This is very important because we have to use the filter as well. Let's see all the forms, and then we're going to duplicate this form. So the first step is very simple, of course. You choose just the form when somebody submits the Fluent form. So let's do it quickly. Fluent form, when you submit the form. And this is the form, the particular form that we want to use, and you save it. And this one is with the user meta. So set user meta, it's again a user meta. So we're going to delete this one. And the action will be WordPress trigger. And of course, it's the user meta once again. Set user meta. And then, of course, that's the credits. You see, it's the same words. The key is every time the same. The key is from the database where WordPress knows where you want to put in something or get from something or delete something. So the value was hundreds. And no, then when you're doing it this way, you make a mistake. It must be a calculation. So you go into the dots and then to the calculation, and then the formula must be user data. So we are gonna see the user data. This is advanced. So the user meta, sorry, I was mistaken, and the user key will be user underscore credits. Add the token, and then you can use the plus signs hundreds. Now you can also use a minus or something like that. You see it under here what you can do, but we just do the hundreds plus credits, and we use save the action. So we gotta save it, and then when we have done that, then we have to filter it out, and then it must be when a specific meta does not exist for this user. Actually, it's not. I'm so sorry. It's not for this part. It was for the first part. Don't get confused. I'm so sorry. So this is okay. This is now good. So when we go into the particular website and we are going to refresh it, and we're going to add in it, then it's going to be 400. Oh, 5, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I let's see. Yeah, because I've duplicated. So there are two forms, the same forms. So what happens is when you go into all the recipes, then you can see that I have made two of the same formulas. So be aware of that. When you make a duplication, then it makes it double. But of course you can stock all the different kinds of actions, and for example, when somebody has bought 400 points products and they are gonna get their rewards and gonna buy a product with discount, then you will give them 0 points, so it will count down. So when somebody purchases something, then the amount will be 0 again. Um, yeah, that was it for now on. Let me see, because let's just try it once again. So we're going to delete this user. We're going to delete them, and then we are going to adding them once again. So add the new user, and the email is of course this one. The username is test2, and the passwords just the passwords, doesn't matter. So this will be passwords, and then you can see that there will be added 100 points. A little bit slow. So the user edits the user, and you will see that he has 100 points here on the button. And now when we refresh the page once again, and then you can see that it's 100 points. I had to refresh the page. As you can see here, there's 100 points, and when they submit it, they get the 200 points, or the 300 of course, because what I told you, I've duplicated the action, so it will be multiplied with 100. Okay, the another trigger is send them an email when they have 200 points in this case. So all the recipes, and then we are gonna go to the form. Let's see, this is the form. So this is what you have to use. It's the meta key is once again user credits, and the action will be meta key user, and then meta key credits. Meta key is updated to a meta value from the 200, and then you will send them an email, and you can give the points that you want to give them. So if we are duplicating this action, and so this is the duplication, and we're going to delete it. Then you have to use the Wordpress trigger once again, and then go to the user key, user comments. Let's see, there are so many things that you can choose about. User is updated. I should have used Command F. User is published. So you must search for the user key. And a user update a specific meta key of a special type of post of special value. So this is the one, and the meta key is user underscore credits. Uh-oh, this is not good. I'm gonna try it once again. I'm so sorry. So this had to be user meta, a user post, a user comments a specific posts, a user specific posts. Why are there so many options? That is specific value. This is the one. A user specific meta key is updated to a special value. So this is the one that we need. I'm sorry. So the meta key is user credits, and then we have to make it 200. Let's say we make it 600, and then we have to save it. And don't forget to make it live, and let's set another U1 number 2. So then they will get this email when they have 600 points. So let's see to our tests. We've got one email, of course, with the points that we have earned, and then when we are going to the other incognito, where are you? So there's 300 points, and we have said that when there are 600 points, then they will get the second email. So let's submit it once again. They got 600 points now 500. And we submit again, and we refresh it, and they got 700 points. Now let's see in the email box. You have to refresh it. It's 700 points, and maybe you have to be. We have to make it 800 points because 700 points is more than 600 points. So this is something new for me. So let's see if we change it to what we have here, 900 points. So 900 points. Let's do it 900. All right, and we are Now we have 900 points. And let's see if the email is, yeah, now it's coming. So let's see. Yes, now it's coming. So this is the point. You have to be exactly, the number must be exactly the same as you have embedded. So keep that in mind, otherwise it will get wrong. Now I must say that I was getting stuck because there were so many choices with UncannyAutomator. Sorry for that. So it took a little bit longer, this tutorial. But when you do it step by step, then you can see that it's very, very useful. And you can use it for different kind of criterias and give your subscribers points. And what you can do is use the plugin to see the metadata. I already made a tutorial about it, how you can also see the metadata for the WooCommerce. It's exactly from the same developers as this kind of this particular plugin. So what you need is this plugin, and this is the outer, and when you view the details, then you can see that this is the particular plugin. So what this does is make shortcodes of the metadata, and you can embed the shortcodes into your websites. And the other one that I've used was GSM. So this is the plugin, and this is of course the outer. No, sorry about that. So view the details. So what this does is showing you the metadata. So when we go into the users and we're going to edit, then you can see here the metadata, all these rows. And when you're adding another metadata, then you can see it in here. So this is the one that we have made manually. And the other one that I showed you is you can make shortcodes. So user meta, and then you can see here all the shortcodes. So when you want to display something, then you can copy it and put it wherever you want into your website. So the last one was the user credits, and that we have had copied that, and we use it in Fluent Forms Pro. And then we have made this form that we're using for this tutorial, and we have embedded into the Fluent form. So we use the shortcodes, and then we have embedded in here. And of course we have embedded also the user first name. As you can see here, it's also user point first and then underscore score name. So that is the basics that will be stored into the database. That is by default for the WordPress. Now it's a little bit complicated when I'm show you how you can also do it with other plugins, when you can connect them using the point systems. It would be a too long tutorial, but keep tuned, subscribe, and if you want to learn more, then watch the other upcoming tutorials. I'm going to show you more of this beautiful stuff from UncannyAutomator, and also of course from other things that you can do with WordPress. See you later. Thanks for watching.